The atmosphere in New England is heating up, and all eyes on the Patriots wide receiver room. The central question buzzing around Foxborough: is the team poised to add a true game-changing weapon? Let's dive right into a name that was entirely off the radar until recently: Terry McLaurin from the Washington Commanders. Rumblings from the league are that the Commanders are nowhere near locking down a contract extension with McLaurin. That makes him a potential trade candidate, and if the pieces align, an intriguing target for New England. At 29 years old, standing 6 foot and 210 pounds, McLaurin has checked every box as a consummate number one receiver. He's a former third-round pick out of Ohio State who has solidified his place in the elite class. He's a two-time Pro Bowler. He's posted 6 consecutive seasons with over 1,000 receiving yards, and he racked up 13 touchdowns just last year. Naturally, commanding a franchise tag, or worse, asking for a long-term deal, is going to carry a hefty price tag. But in today's NFL, that's simply part of the territory. You pay top dollar for top production. From the Patriots' vantage point, they've got the cap space to accommodate McLaurin, and the addition would check the box for a bona fide number one receiver. That said, it wouldn't be free. New England would need to pony up draft capital in any potential trade package. Would both sides see enough upside to make the deal? You can be sure the Commanders would hope so. After all, McLaurin's still in his prime peak window. But the key question is the timeline. Could the Patriots pull off a deal before Washington and McLaurin settle a fresh multi-year extension this offseason? If they did, would another team swoop in with a bigger offer? The window may be small, but the payoff could be huge. Still, I lean toward the belief that Washington and McLaurin eventually hammer out a new contract. Yet New England needs to stay vigilant, keep their ears to the ground, and be ready to pounce if the situation breaks their way. After all, trading a late-round pick and committing cap space for a Pro Bowl receiver is exactly the kind of savvy reuse of assets that makes sense if you strike at the right time. But if that high-stakes gamble doesn't come through, the Patriots have a fallback vision, one that relies on quiet patience rather than drowning cap flexibility on aging veterans. After all, entering the free agent circuit are 2 other big names without homes yet, and their fit in New England is not as clear-cut. First among them is Keenan Allen, a 6-time Pro Bowler whose career has been nothing short of impressive. The kind of polished, big-bodied receiver capable of coming down with contested catches. Yet at 33, he's officially stepped onto the wrong side of that age 30 shelf. His monster production has waned. Only a single 100-yard game last season, and it required 13 targets just to get there. A change of QB and offensive scheme may have contributed, but now Allen is entering a market where teams are wary of overpaying for past glory. He'll likely be angling for a 1-year prove-it vet deal, which may not align with what New England has in mind, nor with their desire to build around Drake, May for the long haul. Then there's Amari Cooper, likewise 30 and looking to reestablish his value. He spent last season in Buffalo as a rotational contributor. Bingo target for the Bills, yet not the go-to guy, pulling in 44 passes for just over 500 yards. In his prime, Cooper was unquestionably a solid number 2, a 70-plus catch machine season after season. But after last year, his stock has dipped. At his current age, teams would need to consider whether committing to a multi-year deal makes sense, or whether they want him strictly as a 1-year stopgap. Again, New England's strategic focus on building around youth and developing chemistry under Drake may seem at odds with pursuing either Allen or Cooper unless the metrics and money align perfectly. So what does that leave? The simplest but possibly wisest move: do nothing. Stick with what you've got and let the chips fall where they may. Here's how that plays out. Step 1. Commit to Stefon Diggs being the alpha and no doubt number 1 receiver. He's a high-paid, high-production veteran, and after coming off an injury, giving him the time to reforge his partnership with Drake May is essential. Don't dilute the room with another 30-plus-year-old vet. Let Diggs reaffirm his role as the clear go-to. Second, let Pop Douglas emerge as the natural slot threat in Josh McDaniels' scheme. The kid has flashed explosive potential and is built exactly for those short, shifty slot responsibilities. If McDaniels unleashes his offense, and history says he does, The chance to develop Pop into the next Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, or Danny Amendola is real. Let that growth happen organically, without bringing in an outside veteran to slow the process. Third, embrace him. Collins for the boundary X receiver role. Sure, he's outspoken, keeps the locker room loose, and dances to his own rhythm. But that kind of personality can be a spark. Let him be that big target that Drake may get comfortable with on the outside. Chemistry is chemistry, even across different temperaments. Fourth, afford rookie Kyle Williams the runway to learn. The Patriots have been searching for a true homegrown talent at receiver for years. Let him soak in reps from Diggs, Douglas, and Collins. See how he develops before throwing him into the fire. Rookie oversaturation rarely benefits development. Let learning lead to trusted production, growing at his own pace. Finally, allow the rest of the room. Chisholm, Jalen Polk, Javon Baker, Kahan Booty, Kendrick Bourne to battle for depth spots. They've all got merits, and in a training camp with no guaranteed money on the line, these guys will compete ferociously. Some may land on the practice squad, others on the 53-man roster, but the point is, let them earn their roles through grit, not signage. That's your blueprint. 5 patient, calculated steps. Do nothing drastic. Give your foundational players the green light, and let the developmental process take root. You don't have to reach for aging alternatives when you're invested in long-term growth. So, while staying vigilant on McLaurin, bide your time, let chemistry grow, and let the room reveal itself naturally around Drake May. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what could be one of the most surprising twists of the offseason, whispers around the league are growing louder. Terry McLaurin might be headed to New England. Multiple sources close to the situation have hinted that the star wide receiver could be on the verge of signing with the Patriots, sending shockwaves through both the AFC East and the broader NFL landscape. While nothing has been officially confirmed by either camp, the mere possibility of McLaurin donning a Patriots jersey has ignited speculation among fans and analysts alike. Known for his explosive speed, precise route running, and unwavering consistency, McLaurin has long been viewed as one of the league's most underrated wideouts. Since entering the NFL in 2019, he's been a rare bright spot for Washington, racking up over 1,000 yards in multiple seasons despite inconsistent quarterback play. The Patriots, for their part, have been in desperate need of a true WR1 since the departure of Julian Edelman and the twilight of Rob Gronkowski's tenure. Though the team has invested in young talent and brought in veterans over recent years, none have matched the caliber or reliability of a receiver like McLaurin. With the franchise entering a new era, potentially under a fresh quarterback and evolving offensive scheme, a player like McLaurin could provide a game-changing presence. Insiders speculate that the Patriots front office has been aggressively exploring options to revamp the offense, and McLaurin's name keeps surfacing in those conversations. Whether it's a trade, a bold free agent move, or a restructuring of current assets, the door to Foxborough seems more open than ever. Of course, as with all offseason buzz, caution is warranted. Until pen hits paper and jerseys are printed, this remains a tantalizing possibility rather than a confirmed deal. But for Patriots fans dreaming of a dynamic offense, the idea of Terry McLaurin suiting up in red, white, and blue is an exciting one, and perhaps just maybe closer to reality than it seems. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.